Hello guys, welcome to another exciting video from Futurism. In this video, we bring you some groundbreaking news that might just change the face of humanity and fast-track the Mars colonization project, as SpaceX reveals new plans to launch space factories. Crazy, right? We've got more for you, but before we tell you everything you need to know, make sure to stay tuned with us until the end. This is going to be very exciting. Let's dive in. Varda Space Industries will use a SpaceX Falcon rocket to launch its first space factory into orbit. Varda Space Industries, a startup aiming to establish in space manufacturing facilities, will launch its first spacecraft into orbit in 2023 on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. The actual spacecraft, Varda's first to reach orbit, will be built by Rocket Lab, SpaceX's rival launch company, which will also build two future spacecraft for Varda. Two Varda-built modules will be installed on the three vehicles, a microgravity manufacturing module and a re-entry capsule. Each spacecraft is expected to spend around 3 months in orbit, with the re-entry module returning roughly 40 to 60 kilograms of created goods. Varda's objective is to use the advantages of microgravity, which can only be found in space for long periods of time, to create new materials such as bioprinted organs and customized semiconductors. The startup believes that the market for such materials is large enough to justify the effort. Since its establishment by SpaceX veteran Will Brewy and Founders Fund founder Delian Aspurov a little less than a year ago, the Torrance, California-based firm has been developing quickly. Varda announced a $42 million Series A round in July and expects to debut 3 times in 2023 and 2024, with the first 2 in 2023 and the third in 2024. The spacecraft will be one of several things on board the Falcon 9 rideshare mission, a novel and profitable scheme that allows customers to split the cost of flying to space by enabling them to carpool to space. For an individual client wishing to deliver up to 200 kilos of payload to sun-synchronous orbit, SpaceX claims to reduce the cost of launch to as little as $1 million. How does SpaceX intend to launch the world's first space factory into orbit? Varda Space, a space research business, intends to be the first to create a manufacturing factory in space. The company plans to collaborate with SpaceX to tackle the seemingly impossible task, with the objective of creating materials in zero gravity. Early in the year 2023, the first launch is expected. Is there a factory in space? Varda Space Initiative may appear far-fetched. After all, there's plenty of space on Earth to erect factories, but the notion might benefit companies on the ground. Varda's goal to employ microgravity to create novel materials or further the International Space Station study on specific items. According to TechCrunch, this type of in-space facility might, for example, make bioprinted organs or specialty semiconductors, albeit the company hasn't said anything about it yet because no customer contracts have been inked. Varda Space has to recruit partners to assist in the journey to low Earth orbit in order to make it to space. But where SpaceX enters the picture, SpaceX allows companies who wish to send things into space to do so by using one of its planned missions. In essence, the two corporations are traveling to space together. They are free to go their separate ways once they reach their destination, almost like space carpooling, but a little different from your typical downtown commute. Varda Space has stated that its plans to launch its factory on a Falcon 9 rocket owned by SpaceX in the first quarter of 2023. The supplies needed to send the factory into space will be carried by SpaceX's new rockets. While the specifics of the arrangement has not yet been released, it is understood that the ship will spend around 3 months in orbit testing these new manufacturing goods. Landing is crucial. However, Rocket Lab's Electron rockets were considered as a launch alternative. Varda Space, on the other hand, did not want to put all of its eggs in one basket because of the New Zealand company is already in charge of development. The spaceship will transport its supplies as well as the re-entry capsule for their return to Earth. Because re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere occurs at Mach 28 and the materials must not break during the landing, this capsule is critical. In truth, the most difficult part of the process, from design to recovery, is the re-entry into the atmosphere. Indeed, Mach 28 is comparable to 28 times the speed of sound. Remember those science fiction movies in which a capsule returns to Earth? Imagine transferring delicate products in this unpredictable environment, while also dealing with a slew of external influences. This will surely be one of the mission's most crucial moments. By the end of 2024, Varda Space intends to be ready to launch a second or possible third mission. Because this date is still a long way off, there is still time for new ideas to emerge. For example, the European Union is working on the Period project, which aspires to construct an orbital factory. In collaboration with Airbus, it will focus on the construction and fabrication of satellites directly from space. In any case, these ambitious initiatives offer a peek of some of the new opportunities available to manufacturers and entrepreneurs across the board. Varda Space Industries will launch the world's first space factory into low Earth orbit in the early 2023. Aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rideshare mission, Varda Space Factory will test production techniques and materials for the first time during the mission, before re-entering the Earth's atmosphere and returning the completed product to Earth through a deorbit maneuver. 2 additional factories will be launched in 2024 once the first mission is completed, with each mission lasting up to 3 months in orbit from launch to landing. Varda Space Factories will be transported by SpaceX on a Rocket Lab vehicle called Photon. Varda struck an agreement with the launch service vehicle maker just 2 months ago for the provision of 3 Photon spacecraft, or maybe 4. That would connect with the in-space production units and assist in their transport to orbit. Varda is one step closer to driving commercial in-space manufacturing outside of the International Space Station, with the 2 agreements announced today guaranteeing that its 265-pound plant reaches orbit by 2023. After launching on the Falcon 9, Rocket Lab's Photon will set the spacecraft in an operational orbit and provide station keeping, allowing up to 132 pounds of high-value completed items to be made in zero gravity and returned to Earth. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel Futurism for more videos just like this. Until next time.